Alright, WWE 2K22 is not even out yet, and we already got some huge problems with it. Why? Here's why.
Slayer.
Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button, because if you don't, you have a very high chance of being a simp. And you don't want to be a simp for someone who's not going to simp back for you. Luckily, the Prez got your back and he's always showing love. So go ahead and join in and hit that notification bell so you get notified for more of my videos. Let's go. Before we even get into this, shout out to the Notification Nation. Shout out to everybody who subscribed and hit the bell and you get notified as soon as I upload one of these videos for you. I appreciate you, my man or woman. You know, we got a couple of those. WWE is actually finding different ways to sabotage its own video game. One of the only great things that it has going for the product right now. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, WWE just released some of its top, and I mean top, and highest potential superstars. Oh, it makes me so mad. Because I actually believe one of my homies told me that you can actually have a Royal Rumble, and even more than that, with all of the released superstars and the superstars that left to AEW. That's ridiculous. You go back and look at WWE 2K19 and you realize, man, this is one of the greatest games, not only because the gameplay was really solid and the creation suite was solid and the modes were solid, but let's not forget, at the time, it was WWE's largest roster yet. And it wasn't just large for no reason. I mean, yeah, it did have like 20 Daniel Bryans on there, but it had a lot of great wrestlers with a lot of unique movesets, entrances, and animations, and I loved it. And let's not act like the different wrestlers don't make the game better. I mean, let's go ahead and outside of AEW, let's talk about some of the people that have been released as of recent by WWE. Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Murphy, Ruby Riott. I don't know who's Santana Garrett, but shout out to them. Samoa Joe, Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, Mickey James, Chelsea Green, Tucker, Kalisto, Bo Dallas, Mojo Rawley, and Wesley Bake were all let go. That's a lot of different superstars and a lot of different representations that won't be there. That's a lot of diversity gone. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking at WWE 2K like, yo, y'all gotta have like more than 100 creation slots at this point, because I'm gonna have to put a lot of people back on the roster. And at some point when you gut a roster like that, you gotta realize how bare bones the game becomes when you do certain modes, you know? If you're doing the story mode, you usually need a lot of superstars to go against. If you're doing towers, you want versatile different towers. You want an NXT tower, you want a main roster tower, you want a Raw one, SmackDown, Legend. If you don't have a lot of people to fill those categories, then it's gonna be a very bare bones roster. Do y'all remember wrestling with red and green on SmackDown vs. Raw 2010? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Masked Man on 2009. Come on, son. I don't want none of that. I don't want that. I just want the real thing, bro. I just want the real thing, man. Let's face it, man. We as the consumer are actually suffering because of WWE's incompetence, because of their greed, because they don't know how to handle their money, and because they're trying to sell their company. But I'd be disingenuous if I told you guys this doesn't kind of lower my motivation and lower some of my optimism towards the next game. And it has nothing to do with the developers. That's the sucky part. It has to do with the real life product. And I would cuss out WWE if I didn't get demonetized for doing it, but I'm gonna keep it at that. Let me know what you guys think down below about the new roster cuts. Are you disgusted like I am? It's gross, man. It's sick and nasty, you know? Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and also don't forget to check out some of my other content and my live streams that I do every couple of times during the week. And I'll talk to your ugly, sexy face later. This has been your President Q, and I'm out. Peace.